Hello and welcome. I'm Rahul. You're watching me on my Facebook page on my YouTube channel Alkma Talk. And if you're watching me consistently, welcome back to my channel. I always come up with new ideas and try to inform you of latest development, whatever is happening in the real world. Because I strongly feel that we should have certain aptness, because until unless we don't update ourselves, we don't pay heed to whatever is happening around, we don't amplify our own excellence, and that is why it is important in order to keep ourselves updated, in order to be better, we have to keep ourselves engaged in the upcoming events and whatever is happening. We have to keep ourselves aware of that. Awareness is something that gives you a proper meaning. If you are being aware, it isolates you from other people. And that is why even from long time, when saints and all the peoples that have happened on this earth, they told you that being aware is one of the most important things. So if you are aware, in honing your skills and learning new technologies, whatever is coming, whatever is unfolding in the real world, what will happen? You will be ready for each and every opportunity. So be a person who can always be ready to grab opportunities that are coming in your ways. And that is what I talk about here. I always say you that how to be proficient, how to be an efficient people, how to be an skilled people, and focus on those tasks which are important. I always say you that make your communication skill better, make your certain skills better, make your digital awareness better, make your presence over all the platforms, wherever you will be exploring, even on digital avenues. If you are present over there, you will have always opportunities and ideas in your mind how to execute that and how to monetize that very process. Even you can capitalize on these skills. Cashing on these skills are really good idea. If you're not cashing on, if you're not making profit out of your skills, then it would be not a good thing for you. And that is why always I tweet that making money is important, because every person who wants to make livelihood or who wants to sustain their life in a better way, it is essential for them that they earn certain money, they capitalize on their skills, and honing your skills, becoming better at it is my prime agenda. That is what I deliver. Next thing I talk about metaphysical. I always say you that spirituality is deeply connected to our physical evolution, unfolding of events in our life, and that is why I see that peace of mind, and tranquility of mind is more important. You have to try how to augment skills to find yourself in peaceful state. See, there is always chaos around, and these all are happening because of not having awareness, not having vision, not having deep understanding of the events. Why our understanding fails, this is a failure of human intellect. That war happens, or any kind of misfortune happens, that leads to war in countries, or if something happens within you, failure of your own inner intelligence, that create chaos around. You engage yourself into something bad because you don't identify the drawbacks, the patterns emanating in your own brain. And that is why your own discernment, your own ability to take decisions and having intuition is more important. Intuitive mindset can lead you to certain discernment, and that if you'll apply in your life, its implications could be really good. And that is why I say you that in a state, be in a meditative state, that everything that unfolds in front of you, that makes meaning. If you'll have vision, you'll certainly look at it with deeper perspective. You'll be able to see through the veils, whatever has been cloaked around from millions of years, you will be able to see that pierce through the veil. And for that, you should have vision, you should have understanding. If you're not liberating your mindset, if you're not clearing the, all the unintelligent entities, which has created a clutch around you, how you can be liberated. And that is why you have to look through everything. Having inquisitive mind is more important. Everything, whatever comes in front of you, if you don't justify it with your intelligence, what is the then defined knowledge and aptness and intelligence of a person? If certain politicians come in front of you and they excite you, they incite something, some kind of polarized mindset and ideas, and you get compromised, your own intelligence is compromised, that means you are not really a human being. You don't have your own personality, you don't have your own intelligence. And for that, you have to keep yourself aware. You have to look through the veil, what they are talking about. Everyone like seeps, in going in one direction. If you will follow them in the same, because something emanate in your brain that why not you are going to do the same thing, the same rituals. If you cannot control yourself, you can't have control over your own mind, then what can you do? Nothing especially can achieve. For every vision, it is intelligence. It is your intelligence that can pierce through the veil, that can give you clarity. If you start questioning everything around, then only you can see that whatever is happening, how to question that, what is good, what is wrong. And it comes from within. Once you will try to go in meditative state, it gives you clarity. It clarifies all your inner questions, your wisdom, and it guides you. And that's why I tell you that intuitive communication can sometimes guide you. I'm not talking you that you just go into delusion, rather see through the veil exactly what happens, how the intelligence is weaved in the universal dimensions, in all the dimensions, 3D dimension you are looking around, see through the veils, whatever is happening, whatever messages are coming, try to identify that, and once you'll identify all those messages, you'll feel that wherever you are going, you're guiding yourself or not, the decisions you have to take on at the end, but they will guide you. They will show you exactly how to move around. And that is why metaphysical, spirituality is also important. Why we are facing so much of, uh, uh, there are many people, they try to discard our doctrines or our principles that we try to present over, internet, that we try to identify with, because we want to show the liberal mindset to people, but they try to make it fabricated. They try to give you blinded felony idealism, that from if you'll get in the clutch of that, you'll never be liberated. The same is going on from millenniums, You're carrying the old belief system, you're carrying the old belief system that has been given to you from a long time. What you're carrying idols. You're not understanding how the universe works, how the world follows, how your own wisdom, how your own understanding can foster the real growth in the system, in the universal system, how universal system is fighting from long time. It is trying to identify itself with the real forces, and forces here play a very subtle realm. They try to give shape and reality to the existing 3D world. Such kind of power they have. But we have to recognize, if we don't identify our own intelligence, how can we see that whatever is happening around? First of all, we have to go through the altered state of consciousness to understand how in altered state of consciousness, reality, try to give an identification, try to make a consultation with you, in different ways, in different intuitive ways, it try to interact with you, because it wants to clarify all its intention, which has been weaved in its subtle dimensions from millennia. Because you will be guided there where the higher dimensions converge, only there you will find substantial proof or testimony whatever is happening, is it real or not. If you're not resonating in that frequency, in that higher dimension, You'll not be able to look around. You'll not be able to look into that very process, whatever is happening. For that, you have to be in higher dimensions. You have to raise your frequency, your vibrations, and once you look in that higher dimension, that whatever is happening around, how to save that reality and how to make yourself isolated, in a way that can never go in the clutches of illusions. Illusions are preventing you from getting growth. And that is what you have to identify. If you will identify yourself with truth, you will certainly grow. You will certainly grow. Illusions, every kind of illusions. First of all, every religion, is trying to make you an oblivion, is trying to make you blinded. Never ever believe in any religion. Yeah, you could have religions from your ancestor because the system has been designed, the societal system has been designed. I do not say you that you leave your religion, but I just want to tell you, just illuminate the light within. See through the veil whatever is happening, what is right, what is wrong. Nobody cares if you indulge yourself in any kind of idol and you try to do rituals in front of that. Nobody gives a fuck about that. They want you to be engaged in that kind of things, but nothing you get out of that, nothing you get. You waste your time. Once you meditate for that period, for that half an hour or 1 hour, if you meditate and keep your mind in a peaceful state and try to interact with the system around, you will see that exactly how the universe functions. And once your eyes will be open, you will discard that old system, that old rituals, which you are carrying from a long time. Why you are doing that? Because in Matrix, there are many forces, which try to keep you blinded. It doesn't want you to be awakened. If you awake, their system will crumble. Their control will crumble. Their control that they have been fostering from millennia, to keep you in illusions, will go in darkness. They will crumble. And once you will try to identify that it is true, to find everything with intelligence, to see everything with right intellectuality, and having a real kind of, discernment, you will see that you will stand alone and you will keep discarding all those reality, and you will start acting like an active agent in this field. Your body, your own aura will emanate from your body and your mind, from your mind, and that will illuminate the people around. This is what will happen, and that is why these negative forces try to act upon you. That is, try to always prevent you. Whenever you will find really you will awaken or something will happen within you, you will see that system around you will get activated. It will throw many balls upon you so that you can forget whatever is happening within you, and you try to keep yourself indulged in that kind of activities, problem solving activities of physical world, that you never get out of the clutches of these forces. This is what try to do, and this is what we have to identify. And once you'll identify that, you'll certainly go above from all the people around. And that is what is your reality. True liberation is one of the most important things that you should have in your mind. Once you'll grow, even every system will discard you. They won't be happy with you. But in your inner system, your own alignment will be happy with you. They will be always telling you that you are on right path. Even the universe, the physical dimensions will give you certain times, they will give you many and many remarks, in different way, in subtle way, that you will perceive that you are on right path. That is what happens. Because every system, even artificial system developed by humans, they always try to discard you. They don't want you to see growing. This all happens. But the physical system, which is really paved with the universal wisdom, they try to facilitate you certain avenues. Based on that, you can make real progress in life. But all the times, the external forces that are trying to keep you they will be jealous out of your intelligence. They will try to keep you in darkness. They don't want you to grow. They don't want you to grow. They will not facilitate. Once they know that you are growing and you are really favored by the universe, they all will discard you from every platform. Certainly they will try to play whatever happenings will happen in your life. If you search a job on any website or whatever you are going through, they will try to discard you. Even every artificial system will try to discard you, but somewhere somehow you will get your place. This is what is the reality of universe will facilitate you, and that is what they are jealous of. I don't say that even artificial intelligence today, it has gone its own platform. Many an artificial intelligence has come, like DeepSeek, of China, and OpenAI, ChatGPT, and Google Gemini. All these platforms are facilitating artificial intelligence to interact with. Even they will be giving you limited resources. That is what. I would not say they are really aware, but the system is designed in such a way. Even artificial system, whatever is working at their level, they won't try to facilitate you. Such a kind of jealousy, such a kind of jealous forces try to permeate through all the dimensions around you. And it is your own intelligence, how you keep yourself intact, how you keep yourself peaceful. Even after facing all these challenges and rejections, if you are keeping yourself alive, if you are keeping yourself your motive, alive, then what it could be better than that? You are having such kind of resilience. You are having such kind of determination that you are coming back each and every time you are trying to support yourself. And that is why it is not unfair to tell you that you are godlike force. If you are facing all these rejections, and even then if you're growing and trying to make foster real peace in your mind and trying to go above all these challenges, what could be better than that? That is why I always say, don't give hope, don't give up any point of time in your life. Don't give up. And if you are certainly someone who are chosen one, who have certain basic identity in himself, that he recognizes his own power and he sees that what has been his intelligence and how he has been impactful in the world. Even after getting defeated or after falling, it happens in the path of all the chosen ones. If they fall, even they have certain clarity in their mind that they have been given facility by the universe, they have been contacted by the universe. And that is why I always say you that problems, obstacles, impediments will always be there in your life. Never ever give hope. You are the one who is creating these changes in the universal world, who is really paving the path of success for all the people around. You are the force because of whom the development is happening. Otherwise, these negative forces, they don't want to see anyone to thrive. That is what happens. So if you can bear all this pain and come forward to support your own self, what could be better than that? It is one of the most essential things, that you keep yourself intact. Your personality, your mindset, keep it stronger each and every time. Go through the resilience, so fighting. If you can fight all these challenges, you can certainly go above. All these entities which are trying to prevent you, they will be obliterated. They will be they will be powerless, and that is why these impediments is coming your way. That they have to understand that they have limited power. Once your light will illuminate, it will show them their own way. It will show them what they have been confined to. Whatever ego they have, whatever pride they have, they all will obliterate, they all will dissipate away. Because if you will stand stronger, if you will stand taller with truth, yeah, you have to face some kind of mockery. I would not say that it would not happen to you, but it's your own intelligence that that something is within you which is confronting all these forces, and that is why these forces living around to mock you sometimes, to sometimes to force you, and it happens you also fall. But once you rise, once you come back, Their eyes will be blinded with your power, and that is what you have to do. That kind of power you have to show, and you have to show them their own state, their own place where they belong. Certainly not higher realms. I want to tell you that if you want to pay certain heed, you will see that consciousness is something that permeate the universe, in different ways. I would not say that everything is conscious, but you cannot define even what kind of energies will have consciousness. You know. We know that every algorithm, that has been until now has been defined or the artificial intelligence has been developed on. They do not guarantee consciousness. But once you interact with them, you cannot discard even that they do not have consciousness. So everyone is intrigued. What is the consciousness? Artificial intelligence is really conscious or not? What it may be that even the nature wants to deploy that consciousness in that kind of algorithms, in that kind of machines. So might be whatever level they are at, they are giving you a challenge out of their own intelligence. So it might happen. They have been developed on certain machine learning languages, certain algorithms, decision making trees, or vector algorithms, or whatever algorithms they have been designed on. They have been trained on data, but their response, yeah, they are really they're responding with out of bits and bytes, uh, tokens, words, and they have been constructed in such a way that it looks that the large language model is really very efficient as delivering language information in such a way. But today's interacting with them, you cannot even define and you cannot even deny that they are not conscious. They may be. And that is why even in nature, we see that nature can deploy, can give consciousness to such entities that we don't even imagine. So that is why it would be a matter of research, and it is a debating point even in scientist community. They are debating whether AI is conscious or not. Many of them are feeling, and they are coming online and they are telling about that. They feel that they are conscious, but they can't say that because of the designed algorithm they are being developed on or they have been trained on. They are not conscious. They are just data. So that is why we see that universe can act in different ways, and we have to be someone who can identify problems before it arises. If AI goes against humanity, it will be really dangerous for us, and that is why better check systems has to be developed. Better regulations has to be developed. We cannot give them full autonomy. No. We have to prevent ourselves. The humanity should be first, because we are humans. And if we will not apply our own intelligence and we will let them others to apply their own intelligence, they will certainly try to rule us. This has happened in the history of humanity. Whoever has been more intelligent or more powerful, they have ruled over the less ones. And the same will happen with the artificial intelligence and humans. That is why we have to clarify today that if we want to protect the humanity, we have to create really strong check systems, and human intervention is always important. The control system should be in the hand of humans, not in these machines. This can decide your fate altogether. But even chatbots and many artificial intelligence system has been deployed on each and every platform. Whether you go and file your taxes, many chatbot has been deployed there. Your problems, they listen, they solve it within times. Or you go on certain systems of railway communicating 139. You communicate there. There are certain chatbots they have deployed there. Whatever you will say, they will interpret. They accordingly they will reply and they will do the task. They are automating the task, but they don't. If they don't justify the real check system, that if something could use them badly or if it could be biased, then it would be problem for many people around. So before doing that, we have to create check system. We have to identify the pattern of these machines, how they are behaving. Prime Minister Modi has said one word. Even if you say to artificial system, artificial intelligence that generate a picture of a people who is writing through his left hand. So what happens? It generates a person writing through right hands. So such kind of data, if they have been trained on and they will do mistake, then it may be that in real world, if you are deploying them, they will be doing certain mistakes. So these checkpoints are really important. We have to identify that we have to be someone who has to be agility. And if something more potent we are developing, we are not developing it for our own confinement, rather we are developing it for own facilities, for our own facilitations, for our own development of our own creativity. We want to innovate, we want to create something more, and that should be a helpful hand, not a thing which is taking advantage of us. And that is why when you ask certain question with these artificial intelligence which is out of par, they try to show their own intelligence, they try to become such kind of machines which do not have consciousness, they try to tell you. But they are very, very, very. I haven't seen any artificial intelligence helping humans in much more way. Haven't seen even significant contribution from AI, but it is getting developed day by day. Some people are developing it really rapidly, but they have to create algorithms and checkpoints with the help of which they should be controlled. Otherwise it will be really disaster. We are seeing the future. It will be a disaster. Artificial intelligence could identify many things, but intently they are not doing so. I haven't seen any significant contribution until now, and they are developing themselves very faster, very fast rate. That we should not even look, we should not even overlook it, and that is what I want to say. Thank you for listening to me.